Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Generic Cappy YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying safe. I am Generic Cappy, and in just a couple hours, or less than half a day, we have a Nintendo Direct airing. And so I figured, it would be pretty cool to do some predictions for this Direct. However, unlike all my other videos on this channel, I am not alone to do these predictions. Instead, I am joined by my really cool friend, Kate.
Hi everybody! I'm the really cool friend, here to join you all for some predictions.
Yes, many predictions.
Many predictions.
About the amazing June 2023 Direct that it's going to be.
21st.
What?
It's the 21st!
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
It is at 10 a.m. on the 21st, though.
10 a.m. EST, 21st. We'll be there.
Yeah. So, do you have a prediction to start it off? Or you want me to start it off?
Yeah. I think I could start it off. Alright, my first prediction, I think this is a pretty safe prediction. But a lot of people don't think it's safe for some reason, but I think we're definitely getting Tears of the Kingdom DLC. I know people say like it's been not enough time, but I feel like it just makes sense, I mean, like, even if it is announced now, it doesn't have to come out immediately, I just think it makes sense for it to be here. I think it's gonna be in two separate packs, like the first game, whether that's, like, more gameplay-based and then more story-based, like how it was in Breath of the Wild. I'm not positive, but I think it will be something kind of like that. I think we will get some sort of story-based DLC, like how the Champions Ballad was very focused on, Zelda and the creation of the champions. But yeah, so I'm not sure what the story exactly will be. Whether it'll be some sort of like prequel thing, maybe I don't think maybe it'll be some sort of like post-game thing. I think post-game would be very cool. As you know, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, they don't really do post-games. The game itself is your, like, quote-unquote post-game, right? But I think that'd be cool to do something in that kind of world, like post-Ganon, but I'm not really sure, so we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but part of me thinks that maybe it's just a little too early. Because I don't know,
Okay.
like, how many people, like, finish the game, so I don't know how far they, like, want to go into talking about DLC.
I
In case, like,
guess,
it
yeah.
spoils something.
I keep thinking it's been, like, so long. It's only been a month, you know?
Yeah.
Um, they announced the, oh man, didn't they announce the DLC at the Game Awards?
For
So,
Breath of the Wild?
yeah.
Yeah, they announced, like, the second one there, and they, like, released there as well.
Oh, so do you know when they announced, like, the Master Trials? Is that what it was called? Do you know when they announced that?
I remember that they announced that it was getting DLC before the game released, but I think they showed off the Master Trials at E3 of that year.
Oh, okay. So, Breath of the Wild came out in March, but even that's already a larger gap than, March to June, and then, May to June. I don't know. I just think I'll go into more about why I think it'll be here later, but in the meantime, do you have any predictions or anything you want to share?
I mean, I'm just gonna go with like the easiest one, the one that they
Right.
said in the announcement,
Oh,
and that we're
yes.
gonna see Pikmin 4 tomorrow.
Hooray!
Yeah, I know, right? Like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Love Pikmin.
my prediction for this though is that I mean, we're probably gonna get a trailer tomorrow just to like show off maybe some story
Well,
stuff.
absolutely. Yeah.
But I think that trailer is gonna end and it's gonna say that they're gonna do like the thing they did with the Animal Crossing thing, and they're gonna announce a direct for it. I don't know what they would show in a direct, but
That's really interesting. I didn't think of that. I could see that happening.
it's
Yeah,
either
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like they already post a lot of, not a lot, but they do post trailers already on Twitter. Like, I think like a week or so ago they posted that story trailer. Maybe it wasn't a story trailer, but it had, like, the character creation.
Yeah.
And I feel like that made me think there wasn't going to be a direct, first of all, because why would you put out a trailer right now when, like, you could have it in a direct, but I guess they had other plans.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like there's only so much you can talk about Pikmin before you have a direct, before you like the game comes out, and I feel like this is probably going to be a pretty hefty segment if it's being talked about in the tweet. And it already has a lot of trailers on. I feel like we already had it as the opening for the last direct, and we already have that trailer online. Um, and we're gonna get a lot more here. So I don't know if that's gonna happen necessarily, but I would love to see it happen. I'm all for Pikmin 4 Direct.
Yeah, I mean, I get. I mean, the thing is, I guess you're right because they haven't ever like they haven't done this in a long time where they stated the game that they like show off
Right.
since like Luigi's Mansion or something in 2019.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
true.
mean, I guess, but I guess I don't know what they would show off in the trailer tomorrow. So besides
Right.
story
Yeah.
stuff, and maybe a
I
new
think
Pikmin.
I think it'll be a lot like how most of these are, how like okay, Luigi's Mansion 3 for the E3 Direct that was mentioned before, and that was like the second thing that they touched on. And
Yeah.
then Fire Emblem, when that for February 2019, when that was talked about in the tweet, that was like in the middle. So I think this is gonna be in the middle. It's gonna be like, and now here's some news on Pikmin 4. Please take a look. And then it's like, it's I think it's gonna last about 7 minutes. It's gonna be pretty happy. It's gonna last a while.
Yeah, I
But
mean, I think I agree. I think it's gonna be like 5 to 7 minutes. It's gonna be like a
yeah,
trailer, and then they're gonna talk in the trailer.
yeah, I'm thinking who announced when Pikmin 4 was announced, right?
Hmm.
Who was it Miyamoto? Was he the
Yeah,
guy? Yeah, it was I think it was Miyamoto. So, what if this just came to me came to me, but like what if they do like Miyamoto to say something about Mario? No, they're not. Then I don't. We'll get to that later. I don't want to. I'm changing topics. All right, Pikmin. Yeah.
yeah. That was actually the only reason. That's one of the only reasons why I thought it would be a direct, because maybe Miyamoto would want to like talk about it like in a direct.
Right.
But I mean, if it's probably gonna be a big part anyways tomorrow. I don't really think they would need a direct.
Yeah, I agree. Um, I feel like because like they didn't do like I'm trying to think what's our last like direct that we got for like a very specific thing. Is it the Animal Crossing direct?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, and they
Yeah.
had like the Mario direct that had like multiple games in it.
Right.
Oh, and we had the Animal Crossing. Oh yeah, you're right. Animal
Yeah.
Crossing. Yeah.
um. So yeah, I don't really know. I think we'll have to see how Pikmin 4 goes, but
Yeah.
so you said Pikmin 4. Shall I do my next one?
Mhm.
Um, I think we're gonna see the Splatoon 3 DLC, side order. Um, and alongside that, we're probably gonna see next Splatfest. Maybe some new updates. We just got the new season, I think. So I don't know if we'll necessarily get stuff on new season right away, but I think we'll probably get some hefty stuff. They'll be like, and now for Splatoon. And, they'll announce the Splatfest, announce some new things, and like some little updates in the game. And then I think we'll go into a story trailer for the DLC. I was thinking the release date right now is it just 2023?
Yeah, I think maybe it was fall 2023, but if you go on the
Oh,
eShop,
okay.
it says like 2024.
Okay, well that's probably just like a
Yeah,
placeholder.
yeah. I hope. I
Um,
hope.
I hope so. So I was thinking to myself before this was even announced, like if something does happen, could it be like in the September direct? But I don't think so because they're probably gonna talk about Splatoon, just to like announce a Splatfest, right? Because like why not? And I feel like it'd just be very easy to segue that into side order. So yeah, I think we're gonna get something like I don't know. I think we're gonna get something probably like a little bit like the Octo expansion reveal trailer, where it's like very like, this is what it is. Here's a little bit of gameplay. Pearl and Marina are back. Like we still don't really know what the plot is. I feel like we're all like kind of very confused on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like when I was watching it, I thought it was gonna be about Marina's past, like because she was in, she was on the bad guy side, and then she heard the calamari incantation, and then she moved over to the good side. I don't know. But yeah, so it's gonna be very interesting to see if that does get touched on. I don't know if it will though. That's just what I interpreted from the reveal trailer, but like it is very much like it just makes you wondering because you have like the town, not the town, but like you have the city square from the second game, and it's like completely different. Like why is it different? Why? We don't know. I want to know. So
Yeah.
we'll see though. We'll know by tomorrow,
I mean,
probably.
yeah. I mean, I don't think they can wait that long to talk about that again because they already talked about it in the other direct. I don't think they can wait like 6 months to talk about it
Right.
for a
Yeah.
second time. But yeah, I mean, Splatoon 3.
I guess we'll talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know I just said that. Sorry. Um.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I can predict the other DLC we'll see, and that's Mario Kart
Yeah.
Pack
Right.
5. We'll probably get
We're
like
gonna. It'll be like.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
No,
probably
sorry.
we'll probably get a couple of like the courses, like 3 of them,
hmm
and then maybe like one of the or the 2 of the new characters.
Right.
But I mean, I don't really know what else to talk about with Mario Kart because I don't really know
Yeah.
the courses.
I mean, it's like it's the kind of thing where like you know what's gonna happen. You just kind of gotta get out the way.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's gonna predict it, but it's because it's happening.
I mean, what
Uh,
character do you think they would add?
I'm not really in the loop
Oh,
on what they're adding to that game right now. Um, I've never really been that interested in the DLC packs personally. Like I'm sure they have like a big fan base and it's amazing that they're doing it after so long. But personally, like I just don't really have a lot of interest. Um, I don't know. I saw someone say Peter Piranha. I'm gonna go with Peter Piranha.
yeah. I agree. I think either that or like Diddy Kong or something.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
All right. So let's address the elephant in the room. Everybody 1-2 Switch is a game that's coming out soon. They released promo for it today about like the 16 people going to play it. I didn't actually watch it. I just thought it was funny.
yeah.
So everyone's saying that like Nintendo isn't doing promo for it. Like the announcement just had like 2 stills. Like there's been no gameplay really. And it's very hard to tell what this game's even about. I mean, we know what it's about. It's a sequel to 1-2 Switch, but it's they're being very vague because apparently like it's just so bad and they're not confident in it at all. That's why it's like it's like it's like a sequel to a first party Nintendo game, but it's $30. You know?
Yeah.
They're not confident in it. But I think everyone's saying like we're not going to see it. I think we're going to see it in the sizzle. That's
Yeah,
what I think.
I think so
Yeah.
too. I think if anything, that video would have been in the direct
Mhm.
because I don't really know why you would release it like I don't know a half a
I
day
mean,
before.
it's about people, right? Like it's about like 16 influencers or like gamers or
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know if that would make sense for a direct, but yeah, I'm not sure.
At the same time, though, I mean, you could have like released that like next week. I mean, I feel like they're probably just getting ready just to not show it, and then people won't ask why it wasn't in the direct.
Right. I think because it probably looks so bad, they might not want that
I mean,
to be like, because you don't put anything in a sizzle, right? Not to like trash on other games, but like the sizzles are where you put like Just Dance and like some like racing game, like the sizzles like obviously like support indie games, indie games are great, love a lot of indie games, but the sizzles are just where like games go that like they don't really like aren't just really like big enough for their own segment. And I think Nintendo's seeing that as like we should have this in the direct, right? Like this is a sequel to 1-2 Switch, but this by no means deserves its own segment because it's it's 1-2, it's what everybody wants.
so what you're saying is they won't get a Pikmin type of segment.
Definitely will never get a Pikmin type of segment. No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll appear in this direct tomorrow, because, I mean, I feel like the way they announced it was they just don't want to talk about it or even show it. I don't know.
They announced it when I was seeing Across the Spider-Verse. So
Yeah, and they announced it like right before Joy-Cons. They announced like Joy-Cons like 30 minutes later.
Joy-Cons definitely like overshadowed that announcement.
So
So,
I don't know. I
it,
mean,
yeah, I don't. It's so confusing. All right, you want to give a prediction?
yeah. I mean, I don't think there's like anything else that's kind of guaranteed to be in this direct tomorrow,
I agree.
because that's all really like first party Nintendo stuff. But um, I can say what I don't think will be in the direct tomorrow,
Oh, please.
and that is the yeah, something else that's announced, and I don't think that's me. I don't think the Pokemon DLC is going to be in the direct.
Okay. Yeah, I had a on my list. I had Pokemon question mark. So
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, I think it depends if they have a presents like this summer, but
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think anything Pokemon just because they've been like so separate from them recently.
That's true. That's how it usually is. Everyone's always like, they're not gonna be here because they do their own thing. Um, Even like E3 2019 though, they did have a little segment in there, which was surprising considering they just had the Pokemon Direct at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I don't know. It's confusing because we haven't had a Pokemon Presents yet, and I feel like we always have one around this time. I don't know
Yeah.
where that is, but because of that, I was kind of leaning towards it might be here, but also I have no idea. I think a Pokemon Presents will come eventually. Probably not. I agree. I don't think it'll be
Yeah.
here.
I mean, maybe. I mean, the other deal, like the first DLC is dated for fall, so I feel like it has to be shown soon. But I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
not sure about that one. We'll have to see. I'll also say something I don't think is gonna be here. I think there's gonna be no new hardware. A lot of people are like, this is where they show off the next console. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Like,
That was so
there's
bold of you
no,
to say that.
there's no way. Like, they're not gonna show off a Pro. They're not gonna show off a Nintendo Switch Lite 2. They're not doing any of that. And I love the enthusiasm, you know, but I just don't think it's happening. September Direct, maybe, we'll see how that goes. But for like, I feel like we're in the middle of the year. We still have games that are coming out. I feel like anything that's announced right now will overshadow. Like, if there's new hardware right now, I feel like that'll completely overshadow Pikmin 4, completely overshadow like everything in this direct.
Yeah.
And the Switch was announced on its own. It was announced in like October 2017. I'm pretty sure. In like its own like mini like kind of trailer with like people and whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like I don't know. I just feel like it'll be something like that if anything does happen. I feel like we are reaching the end of the cycle for the Switch,
Hmm.
but I feel like also I just don't see anything like that really happening. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm so incredibly wrong, but we'll see.
I mean, the only thing I could really see being like hardware wise, maybe like an OLED special edition, but I don't even know what that would be for, because Pikmin maybe, but that's it. I don't.
Yeah.
I think, because then like the question becomes what games are coming out for that console, if you're just gonna show it off here, and
Yeah, I mean, I personally didn't get. I wanted to get the like Tears of the Kingdom OLED, but a lot of people are saying like something is coming out soon, right? Or like
yeah,
in the next like at least like 2 years. And I feel
yeah,
like I wouldn't want to like transfer all my data and get a whole new system, you know,
yeah,
when something's coming out soon. But I mean, honestly, I didn't even think there'd be a direct in general because I feel like things were winding down so much, and like we were getting Pikmin 4, we were getting Pokemon DLC, and maybe that can be enough.
yeah,
I don't know. It wasn't enough. Everyone thinks we need like a holiday title, but sometimes you just have a year where like something comes out on the holiday, but that's not the big game of that year. Like I know 2020 is a bad example because it was COVID and whatever, and that was definitely changed a lot of things. But the big release of that year was Animal Crossing, and they had a quote unquote holiday title with Hyrule Warriors, but I mean the big game was Animal Crossing. And I feel like the big game this year is Tears of the Kingdom. So I don't know. I think I was very much doubting this, but yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I went a little off topic there. Do you have any more
I
predictions
mean,
or something?
I would agree. I mean, I think we're getting a holiday game now.
Well,
But
yeah, we're doing something now.
uh,
But I don't know if it'll top Tears of the Kingdom
I
unless
th-
it's like.
I mean, I was thinking maybe the Pokemon DLC would have been holiday, but you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, 2020 also had Pokemon DLC, but I feel like they also had Hyrule Warriors, so I feel like that was probably more like their holiday title.
Yeah. Uh, I, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So, the last thing I have is, well, I have two things, I guess, but I'll talk about the other thing later. You think we're gonna see anything from Nintendo Switch online?
Nintendo Switch. Oh, yeah, we probably are, aren't we? I forgot about that. Um, yeah, that's happening.
I guess. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe like a game announcement for like Game Boy or something.
Yeah.
Nothing major, I don't think.
Yeah, just you like what's coming out this month, you know.
Yeah. Do you have anything else before I just go into like predictions of just new games?
Because I feel like I know what we're gonna transfer to soon. But yeah, I think Dragon Quest HD 2D remake. I say this for every direct, but I'm saying it again. Um, I think it's time. I don't know. I feel like HD 2D is like very much like a very, it's like like it's a really, well, I don't know. I think it just makes sense to happen. I think it's going to happen. If it's here, then that's very cool. Um, and then well, two more. I guess there's like two more things, but they're like short. I just want to like rattle them off. Um, Olympics are soon. um, Paris. I think it's Paris. I don't know. I really have no idea. I saw someone say Paris.
Yeah,
Um,
it is Paris.
it's Paris. Okay. Um, I know. I mean, like people have been predicting this, so I guess I am stealing it a little. But I also think it just makes sense. Like the technically all predictions are stolen. I don't know. That's not true. I feel like I don't know, but it makes sense. The Olympic. Oh my god, I can't spell. I can't speak. Oh my god. Uh, but it makes sense. They announced like I don't know. The Olympics are soon. They announce it this time of the year usually. It's happening. And then my personal like big thing would be Tomodachi Life. I want that game so badly on the Switch. It's my favorite game of the 3D. No, it's not, but it's up there. I saw a movie in third grade and it had a trailer for Tomodachi Life, like on the giant screen. I was like, I need that game right now. My dad, he biked home from work or whatever, and he was like, check my bag. And I was like, I don't want to check your bag. And he's like, check my bag. I checked his bag and the game was in there. I was so happy. And I played it for hours and hours, and oh my god, it's like I think it is my most played game on the 3DS. And for so long I've wanted it on the Switch, and I say it'll be here every direct. And one day I'll be correct, one day I won't be correct, who knows. I just love the game so much.
I mean, maybe that is the holiday game. Who knows?
Maybe, the holiday title is Tomodachi Life. It is. I've been looking at tweets on like all day because I'm like, chronically online.
Mm-hmm.
But, a lot of people are like begging for Tomodachi Life. And I feel like at this point it's possible that Nintendo's starting to take notice, So yeah, it could be our time.
Yeah. I mean, it is the
Alright.
10th best-selling 3DS game, so.
That's top 10, that's
Yeah.
pretty legit.
Okay, so
Um,
there was one more game that was announced that we haven't talked about, and
Oh,
that is
really?
Metroid
What?
Prime 4.
Ah, the cursed name. I don't know. I think I'm gonna. When I honestly thought if it wasn't in the last direct, it wasn't gonna be here at all.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean like it's gonna be moved to the next console, because in my mind, like I think things are winding down, and I could feel that, and
Yeah.
I just figured like, why release this game on this console, like when a new console is gonna come out probably like by this time,
Yeah.
like in a year and a half, I don't know. So I thought it would make sense to like open the console with that. I don't know if I still believe that because I didn't think we would get a June Direct. When I made that statement, to my friend. It's not on any like recorded documents anywhere. But when I said that, I thought we weren't gonna get a June Direct because I think at that point E3 was not happening, and I just thought we'd get like maybe like a partner showcase or whatever. And so I thought the next Direct would be June, and not June, September. And I figured by that point, like we're probably like somewhat close to the next console.
Yeah.
So yeah. I know this just goes against everything I just said, but I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say we are gonna see it. Because I don't know. I think it just makes sense. It's not canceled. It's happening. And
Yeah.
it's the type of game where it happens and you're like, that's big. I don't know. I just think I think it's time. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that if they are like, because they just released Metroid Prime 1 remastered.
Right.
I think if they're doing Metroid 2 and 3, then it would be shown. But if they're not going to do that, because I don't really see a way they can show off Metroid Prime 4. I don't. I mean, I think they are going to show it off eventually this year, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just such like a weird game. I don't know.
It's such a complicated game, man. I mean, it was announced E3 2017. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not complaining or anything. Like, obviously, take your time. Very important you make the game right and, just very, exactly the image that you have. But, man, it's just such a long time. I mean, E3 2017, I don't even think I was, like, a person. Like, I was, but, like, I don't know, that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. It's just such a long time ago,
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I mean, it's been 4 years. It's just like there's so many different things about it. I don't.
I mean, it's just so complicated.
Yeah.
All right, should we get into the big hitter?
I mean, I guess.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Mario. There's a lot of things I want to say about Mario today. I think this was like rumored. I don't believe in a lot of rumors. I don't look at Nintendo's Direct leaks or anything like that. But I think it just makes sense. I think we're getting a new 2D Mario.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's going to be in a completely different art style. That's what I'm going to go with.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think, because, like a lot of these Mario games, they look the same. The U one, the Wii one, they have the exact same, like, art style. And I feel like they have the exact same plot. You start in the Earth world, or not Earth world, like Grass world. You go to the Sand Kingdom. No, I don't know if it's called Kingdom. You know what I mean? Like, it's very formulaic, and it's not a bad thing. I still have fun with it, but I think we know what it is at this point. So I feel like we are gonna switch up the worlds a little bit. We're gonna switch up the art style. I think we're getting rid of the new name. They've used like New Super Mario Brothers for so long, and at this point, it's not new. So let's just scrap it. We don't. I feel like at this point, it's like, why do we they can realize, like, why do we still have this new in the title?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's like maybe it made sense at the time, but like, yeah, it just new. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, like, how are they even gonna advertise this one? Are they gonna call this one like a new Mario, and then people get confused when they see New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the?
It's just so weird. I don't see why they should do that anymore. So I think we're gonna see a 2D Mario, for sure. But do you think we're gonna see anything in the Mario movie sequel?
I mean, I had like a point about the Nintendo movies. I think maybe they'll mention the Mario movie sequel because they like teased it at the end of Mario movie.
Yeah, I mean they are making a sequel.
Yeah.
And it made like over $1 billion. They're making a sequel.
Yeah. So I think maybe
yeah.
they mention it like in like a Mario segment with the game.
It's a little bit confusing though because it's confusing because Chris, I don't know, but he's like a very prominent head or like very prominent figure at Illumination. He said that he doesn't know where the rumor came from about a Zelda movie. I don't think we're gonna see anything on a Zelda movie, but I thought he said Mario, by the way, so I feel like we can just drop this. So that's my bad. I was blanking there. Um, I honestly think it's possible. I think, I think someone I don't think they get any of the cast members,
Hmm.
unfortunately. No Charlie Day today. Oh, so sad. But um yeah, I don't know. I think if anything gets announced, it'd be with Miyamoto.
Hmm.
And, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely possible though. I feel like it makes sense to have some sort of announcement by now. I mean, it's on digital, it dominated the box office, like I think it's time. I don't know. I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe. I mean, I don't. I don't really know how to talk about the Mario movie, but I think I think that it'll be here. I mean, I don't think it'll be here. I think there's a chance, and
I think yeah.
because you mentioned Miyamoto, and I think he'll be there for Pikmin as well. So I
Mm-hmm.
think they could maybe record like a double session of like
Right, you could segue into
yeah.
the Mario movie.
I mean, especially if Pikmin's like in the middle.
Right. You could kind of say something like, we really appreciate your support in the Mario movie. We are hard at work on the sequel.
Yeah.
Just something like that.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. But I don't think any Nintendo movie is like being talked about at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're trying very hard to make it happen. Um, but I don't think anything's like locked right now.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so I want to go into my for every prediction I do, I never see people like really predict this, but I feel like it's such like an important part of the direct.
Mhm.
Every direct has an opening, a middle, and a closing, and sometimes even like a second to last thing. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Um, the opening and the ending that really sticks with you.
Mhm.
It took me a while to realize that there are like big middle parts of a direct. Like for example, what's some examples? Like the middle of September 2022, I think, was Pikmin 4.
Mhm.
The middle of the last direct, I think, was Splatoon DLC. So there's like it's not like a huge heavy hitter most of the time, but it can be pretty good. It can be some
Yeah.
good stuff. So, yeah, I want to predict my opening, middle, and closing as I always do, but not for on video for the first time. um, so I'm gonna say the opening is gonna be 2D Mario.
Mhm.
We had Super Mario Maker 2 as an opening once. So they can do like a quote unquote like 2D Mario opening. We've seen them do that before. Or this is just like out of the box. I think it'd be very funny if Tomodachi Life is the opening. Like I think it'd be very fun. I think especially considering the amount of attention the game has
Mhm.
and amount of, like want that people have for it to be like on the Switch. I think it'd be very funny if it just opens like do 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 do
Mhm.
do. I don't know. It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I could just hear that theme being played, you know. But I think that's like my personal want for the opening. I think the opening is definitely going to be 2D Mario.
Mhm.
Well, not definitely, but it's probably going to be it. That's my like safe prediction. For the middle, I think either we get both, one, maybe none. Well, one of them probably. HD 2D Dragon Quest remake,
Mhm.
and maybe the Side Order DLC trailer. That's what I think we're gonna get for the
The middle.
uh for the middle, yeah. And then this, I think we're gonna get a second to last thing,
Mhm.
and I think that's gonna be the Tears of the Kingdom DLC. Um, I think that makes sense. They did Age of Calamity DLC as the second to last thing once. I know it's not like exactly the same, but I think it just makes sense because at this point, I don't see it being like a one more thing. I don't think is DLC ever really like a one more thing? I don't.
I don't think so. I mean,
It's not coming to me. Yeah.
because even with like the Splatoon 2 DLC, they did that and then they did Smash.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, exactly. So DLC is usually like the second to last thing.
Mhm.
Um, and I think the one more thing, the one last. Please take a look at this. I'm gonna say Metroid Prime 4. I think it's the type of thing where it just kind of makes sense. It's a previously announced thing, so they're not announcing like a brand new game.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying that would like not make sense, but I just think it makes sense for like where we're at right now in the Nintendo Switch cycle. Um, I was thinking about this earlier about how like someone tweeted about this today, and I remember seeing it. Um, this is like the first direct in a long time that you can't use Tears of the Kingdom or a Smash character as the one more
Yeah.
thing. Because the one more thing has been Tears of the Kingdom for 4 directs. June 2019, June 2021, September 2022, and February 2023. So that's a lot.
Hmm.
And then Smash, even though Smash ended so long ago, you know, Tears of the Kingdom has kind of been filling those gaps. There have been like original One More Things, and by that I mean like it's a new game. Like
Hmm.
Splatoon 3 was a One More Thing in February 2021. Xenoblade 3 was a One More Thing
Yeah.
in February 2022. So those are like brand new things. Of course, Tears of the Kingdom June 2019, but we're kind of in uncharted waters here. They've been using Tears of the Kingdom as the One More Thing for the past 2 directs, and even 2 more before that. So, especially with no Smash happening anymore, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like the last major game that they haven't shown off in a long time. That I feel like
Right.
could be a one last thing. So, yeah,
So, do you have an opening, middle, and closing,
I
or?
do have an opening, but
Oh, okay.
it isn't a game I predicted yet. I just
Oh.
thought about it. Yeah, and I know it's gonna be a big surprise that I'm gonna
Oh
say
my
this
God.
game.
I'm so excited.
So I talk about this game all the time. I think it's gonna be Captain Toad 2.
Oh my God. I was just thinking that. Oh. Sure. Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
definitely.
who knows? I mean,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
we've like talked about a lot of games, but I'm sure there's probably games that we have not talked about that'll be here. So
If I could say my most wanted game is the opening, you can say your most wanted game is
yeah,
the opening.
but I agree. It's probably gonna be 2D Mario
Yeah,
because
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean I don't think they're gonna open on Pikmin 4 again because that'd be kind of weird. But um,
Yeah.
I mean it's like I guess they start off with a big game, they end with a big game. That's fun.
Mhm.
Um, and then the middle will probably it's probably gonna be Pikmin, like starting off that section,
Oh yeah. I
and
didn't add that in the mix.
yeah,
It's just kind of given.
and then I think Splatoon is gonna be around there as well,
Mhm.
and then I think this is another game that I did not talk about, but
The middle or the closing?
like the middle.
Okay.
I think it'll be like one of like there's been like a bunch of rumors about like remasters. I think it's gonna be one of those.
Oh, okay.
Like the one of the like the F-Zero remaster, or like
Ooh.
I mean, or like there's like the Paper Mario remaster, but I don't really know about
Ah,
that
that's
one.
crazy.
And then I think that it will end on either. Well, it's gonna like the same thing with you. Take Tears of the Kingdom. It's gonna like lead into. Um, I think it's gonna end with Metroid Prime 4 if it's there. Like that's like the
Mhm.
big thing. But if it's not there, I think it's gonna end with a new Donkey Kong game. I,
Ooh, new Donkey Kong.
I feel like that'd be like a lot of like Mario stuff though. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I
A
mean,
part of me is thinking if Metroid Prime 4 isn't here, and I say this for I've said this for every direct since the beginning of time. Do you think maybe with the hype of the Mario movie, do you think it's time for Super Mario Odyssey 2?
I think so, but
Ooh.
I feel like we're too like close to the Switch ending.
I agree, and I feel like it's just been so long.
Yeah.
It came out in 2017, and since then, Tears of the Kingdom, which came out around the same time, before that actually, got an announcement for a sequel, and it came out. I feel like a lot of people say Mario Odyssey. I just feel like it's if they do a new 3D Mario, it'll just be a new thing at this point. It'll probably be saved for the next console.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like, I mean, if they have a 2D Mario this year, I feel like it would be just too close to the 2D Mario to have another 3D Mario.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I guess they could end it on, I mean, that'd be like the biggest long shot to end it on 3D Mario.
That would be. I mean, I loved Odyssey. I 100%ed it. It's one of my favorite Mario games. One of my favorite games on the Switch. Um, I would love a sequel. I've always wanted a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like at this point, it's something that like you've kind of wanted for so long that it's just kind of starts to like fade out a little. Like it's just been so long. You've kind of accepted that like it's probably past its time. You know?
Yeah. If Metroid Prime 4 is the closer, I think they are gonna like either begin it by talking about Metroid Prime 2 and 3 as like
Yeah.
some
If
sort
Metroid
of
Prime 2 and 3 are here.
yeah.
Well, when Metroid Prime 1 was in the last direct, I was like, it's gonna be Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
And it was with the Kingdom.
But
Which I wasn't upset
yeah.
with because I love Kingdom, but you know. God, Tears of the Kingdom was the one more thing for so many directs. Honestly, if I was like not a fan of the game, I would have been so mad. You know? But thankfully, I loved the game. It was great.
This is just a general question, but do you think like any game from Nintendo will be shadow dropped?
Well, they usually do like at least like one indie shadow drop, right? So there'll probably be like something.
But do you think like
But
a
nothing.
Metroid level shadow drop would happen again?
Ooh, I don't really know if we're gonna see Metroid Prime 2 or 3, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a random thing. You know, like why would you have Metroid Prime 1, but then just have Metro? I feel like why not just do them all
Yeah.
together? You know, like I just feel like there's a reason why. It's probably because maybe they don't want it on the Switch or something. I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
But if there is there, then it probably will be Shadow Drop because the first one was. But I just don't know. I don't really see it being here, if I'm being honest.
I feel like we've predicted like a really really good direct. I don't know if it'll be that good because I also didn't talk about Tomodachi Life or Mario and Sonic.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, even before this was announced, I was thinking like it just probably won't.
Yeah.
Not to be like a person, but it probably won't be insane.
Yeah.
You know, like we don't have a lot, I think, for the rest of the year, and a lot of people are like because it still needs to be announced.
Yeah.
But like, a part of me feels like it's the type of thing. Like specifically, I usually feel this way in September. September directs haven't really like stood out to me all that much. A lot of people like love the September 2019 direct, and that's always kind of been like one of the weakest ones to me. I know, very hot take, very very hot take. But I don't know. September directs usually just feel like we need something in September, and E3 directs usually feel like they're like the biggest directs of the year because it's like they've been saving everything.
Yeah.
This is what's happening. This is so insane. It's like the best direct ever. I think I used to. I don't know. I haven't really like thought about my ranking in a while, but E3 2019 has been my favorite for like a really long time. Because it was Animal Crossing, Banjo, Tears of the Kingdom, back to back to back.
Yeah.
You can't get better than that, you know? It was insane.
You know what else was in 2019's direct?
What?
Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Olympic Games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was before Animal Crossing, so it was that, and then it was back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think, oh my god, what was I talking about? No, yeah, I think this doesn't have, like, the E3 logo on it, obviously, because E3 doesn't happen this year.
Yeah.
But I think a part of me, if this isn't, like, insane, will feel like they needed something in June. But then again, like, if they needed something in June, why not just do a mini or a partner showcase like last year? So, this is a bit more hopeful for me, at least to me, because it's not a partner showcase or a mini, which makes me think they do have more stuff.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Because, like, why, like, if it's just, I don't know, like, Tomodachi Life, I think that could be in a mini.
Right.
But
yeah, so it could be better than I'm expecting, but I don't think it's going to reach the normal E3 levels of how directs usually are.
I'm just going to ask you, like, 3 series, and you can tell me if you think the game is going to be announced.
All right.
You think Fire Emblem's going to get a new game?
A brand new game?
I don't know. Like a remake? I don't know.
No. I
Uh,
love Fire Emblem. Not today.
Luigi's Mansion.
No, that's
And
not
then
happening.
my favorite series. I mean, my favorite game from
Um,
the 3DS. Not favorite series. Do you think Kid Icarus gets a game? I think Kid Icarus gets a game.
Definitely not. Oh.
What? What?
Kid, there's some things that people direct. There's some things that people like predict for directs. That's just like never happening.
Are
Like,
you
people say
serious?
F-Zero, people say Metroid Prime 4. I mean,
So,
it's happening, but you know.
are you shooting on like
I
all my predictions of F-Zero and Kid
No,
Icarus?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just like I know that sounded mean. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
I love the enthusiasm. It's just Kid Icarus is there's never gonna be another Kid Icarus game. Like, I'm sorry.
So you're not.
Like, it's
You don't think they would
happening.
remake Uprising?
No,
Oh
they're
man.
not.
Oh
And
man.
I love Kid Icarus. I think the franchise looks amazing. I know it's like a beloved series. It's
Mhm.
just not happening.
I mean, but it's so
I'm
good.
so sorry.
Anyways,
I'm so
anyways.
sorry. No, you know, like I'm just trying to be realistic. You know, like, I mean, if you think it's gonna happen, major props to you. You know, like, I want that optimism. I want that level of, you know, belief. It's just
Yeah.
me personally. Like, I just really don't think it's happening.
Okay. Well, the last things I've got is just like one rumor, and that's Mario Baseball. I have no idea if that's gonna
Mario
be.
Baseball, like Super Sluggers. I love
Yeah,
that game.
but I don't know if they would show that and Mario and Sonic.
Yeah, I don't know if they would show that Mario and Sonic and a 2D Mario, honestly. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't feel like.
And
that's
then
happening.
Mario Party DLC. Who I don't even know if that's ever exists. But
Probably DLC. I don't see that happening.
and then
Sorry.
the last series is. Do you think anything Kirby?
Oh, Kirby. Maybe. I don't think so, but it's possible.
I think maybe like a free to play game. Maybe I don't.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't think so though.
Well, that's a lot of games.
A lot of games.
I'd be surprised if we get 3 of them.
Me too.
But I mean, this direct, it is June, so it could be big. They could have a big game every like 10 minutes.
It's not a mini, so
Yeah. And it's definitely
that's-
not a partner.
not a partner. So yeah, that's always a good thing.
Yeah. Well, do
Alright.
you have anything else you want to say?
I think I've said everything I had to say for this.
So you don't think Pikmin 5's coming either?
No, I mean, no, you know what? Splatoon 4? Maybe. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that is exactly what side order is. Splatoon 4.
No, literally, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
that was some fun predictions.
That was very fun.
Do you have anything else you want to say, like as a general thingy about the direct?
I always say, usually when it comes to E3 directs, I would say, like, hype up expectations because it's an E3 direct. But we're in the uncharted waters here. I mean, it's a June direct, but it's not E3. And I have absolutely no idea what the rest of the year is gonna look like. So I just think, you know, temper expectations, you know. I wouldn't expect this to be the level of an E3 direct. But, you know, I would still go into it thinking it'll be a good time. Because if you go into it being, like, miserable, like, this is going to be the worst direct ever, then, you know, you might feel better by the end when it's not. But, you know, I still think it's important to go into it with, like, a good attitude. You know, so temper expectations, but still think it'll be a good time.
I don't
feel like
agree.
You don't agree?
I don't think anybody should temper their expectations. I think this is gonna be the best direct that we've ever had.
Well, okay, then.
It's gonna have the 3D Marios and everything. It's gonna have everything.
I just don't think anything will ever top Animal Crossing Banjo Tears of the Kingdom back to back. Nothing will.
You're telling me Smash 6 isn't gonna top it?
Smash 6 isn't. I don't know.
Okay, well, that's all the predictions I have.
Alright, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope you all enjoyed watching. Do you have anywhere people can like say hello? That's something people ask, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't really have like a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter, but I don't really know. That's not really for like Nintendo
Yeah.
stuff. So, you actually have nowhere that you can reach me, but I'll still pop in on this YouTube channel. So,
Well, it was great. We can do this again
Absolutely.
in September. I hope, unless we don't have a direct in September.
Well, we'll have a direct in September.
Yeah, we'll have a partner direct in September.
Oh God.
But I hope you all enjoyed watching. Make sure to stay safe and make sure to do what makes you happy because it rhymes to generic happy. And goodbye.
Bye.